Guys, I've beaten it. I've beaten whatever you call gang stalking. All it is in the end is a bunch of people giving you a dirty look that surround you everywhere you go, make a lot of noise and move too much. And same thing with the machines around you on the street. But what really depresses you, what really puts you in a bad mood, more than anything, at least I noticed with me, was the dirty looks. That miserable look on people's face, which is fake. Once you realize that your surroundings, that miserableness is all fake. It's intended to make you feel, you know, miserable. Once you understand that, you've beaten it. I've beaten it. It doesn't bother me. None of these turns bother me, none of this noise, none of it. Nothing's bothering me. Once I realized, I look at people's faces and it's hilarious. I'm laughing. So, you know, I've beaten this bad experience that's been haunting me forever. Now the trick is just to get out there and accomplish things. You know, get a job and get moving. Not let them stop me. That's it. But other than that, I've beaten it. You know, look at the FedEx truck in the background there. I'm not going to mention those things anymore because they don't bother me. The main thing is those people's faces around you that you bump into, that those mean faces. You know, that's how you know you're being surrounded with something that's unnatural, something that was there, put there for you to bump into, to go into. Which is a pretty good way to prove, you know, that you're being stalked and harassed. But I don't have to do that no more. It doesn't bother me. I'm actually in a very good mood. I'm happy. It's amazing how once you realize that the thing that's bothering you the most is these dirty looks. You know, yesterday when I first figured this out, I don't know if I took it on camera, but as soon as I did, they got this, I don't know if it was Down syndrome, what he had. You know, his face was really, you know, the poor guy. It was like really bad. And they tried to put those ugly things in my face right away to get to me, and it didn't work. Once you realize that the whole point of doing this, that's why you get depressed. It's all these fake people, you know, having these miserable looks on their faces, pretty much. That's it. That's why they have to pick specific people that have this miserable look on their face, that radiate that miserable energy. Once you realize that, the rest is a joke. You've beaten it. You've beaten pretty much what's facing you. Because this is the biggest threat of it all. In the end, you're dealing with people more than anything. All these machines on the road, you can just ignore them. This is what pretty much holds you back, more than anything. It's those fake, miserable faces to keep you in this miserable mood, so you don't want to do anything. You don't want to move forward. You don't want to, you know. Once you get that out of the way, it's done. You've beaten them. The game's finished. As you see, there's not a lot of people around me now, because there's no point of it. I'm not even seeing anything else anymore. It's not bothering me. So now, in the video, what I want you to look at, every single person that I come across, look at their face. Look how they're desperately trying to look miserable. I didn't record on the way here in the bus, but it's amazing what I saw. I mean, these people were trying so hard and then they give up and they have this miserable look on their face, everybody. You could see it. It's amazing how much nothing else will get to you. People in your view, the cars on the road, nothing gets to you. It's not the main element of what bothers you. The main element is them stopping you from moving forward. If you don't let them do that to you, then the rest is all a joke. All of it. Once you realize that, and you realize your surroundings fake, it's all fake, guys. All those miserable looks, it's all fake. That's what makes you miserable in the end. Makes you want to get away from there, isolate yourself. That's their most effective tool of making you miserable. All these trucks, all this thing that passes by, it stops getting to you once you get strong and, you know, you're not feeling down anymore. See, this looks so, it looks like so, but it's got a lot to do with energy. Negative energy trying to imprison and entrap good energy and not let it come out. Once you realize how pathetic this bad energy is, how ineffective it is, everything else is a joke. You know? Because that's their goal, really, is to make you miserable. And if they can't make you miserable, they get miserable. Because that's their job. If making people miserable makes you happy, what does that make you? So I want you to take a good look today at everybody that I come across. Even though some of them are going to try to act that they're not miserable. Just keep looking at the camera and look at their faces and you could see the misery. In terms of the disappointment that you couldn't get the job done. It's pretty much over. So now we're gonna have to start getting somewhere in life, guys. Now we're gonna have to start doing things. We have to get somewhere. Let's see how we're gonna do it. Now that I know how this works, at least what element in it bothers me the most, I just want you to see everybody that I encounter, look at their face and what kind of energy they're trying to radiate to me. That's how you know. I'm pretty much surrounded with people that are following me everywhere. They're trying to be, you know, surround me with them. Really, really people that are trying to make you feel miserable. Doing whatever it takes to make you feel miserable. To create a miserable setting for you. You know, I mean, also, you know, when you go to stores, you shouldn't allow them get into those establishments in those stores to mistreat people. You know, they shouldn't allow them to do that. Because if they didn't allow them to do that, then the route, whatever's around you, won't bother you. You'll just ignore it. But when you're heading to a doctor's office and they make you wait for an hour unnecessarily, and you know what I mean, it's things like that that really get to you in the end. If they can't make you miserable that way, then they can't do anything to you. So now you're gonna see the people that are limping and canes and wheelchairs. That stuff never affected me, it's pathetic. But what really affects you is those people, it's those looks. You know, that negative energy, that misery that they're trying to, you know, radiate onto you. They're trying to, you know, stick you with it. And then everything else is tolerable, everything. Everything else is tolerable. Everything else is super tolerable then. That's the only thing that really gets to you, you know? It's those miserable looks that are just trying to make you miserable. need to get to... Why don't we just take it from there? Yeah, makes sense. See, you don't see a lot of people around me anymore. Because they're just not getting the job done. Not people walking towards me. Look, you don't see people. What happened to the people? Because it ain't working. It ain't working, guys. And they know that. So I want you to look in my view what I see. All those big 18-wheelers. I don't want to keep talking. Just, you know, concentrate on what you see in the video. And all that busyness and all those cars turning in front of me and around me and behind me. I keep on, you know, explaining that because there are a lot of new viewers sharing videos to see the kind of cars that surround me everywhere I go. It's like this machine that surrounds going ooh, ooh, ooh. But that doesn't bother you anymore. It's funny, it's not bothering me. Look at the people that fake come towards me. Look at their face. How they're intentionally, look at the ones sitting in the cars. How they're intentionally trying to look miserable. Look. That's how you know who they are. Or they either turn around or they're intentionally trying to make you look miserable. That's how you know. Watch the ones at the bus stop here. How miserable they are. Look. I don't want to take this stop, but watch. Misery. Look at that fake laugh. Watch, it's just miserable. Look at this guy. They're all sad. It's not working. I love it. I've beaten it. I've beaten it. I've beaten it. It's really not a big deal once you realize that all these people, that's the whole point. And it's fake. You get this peace that takes over you. That's really the thing that depresses you more than anything. And it's so fake. Well, this thing doesn't work anymore then. It stops working. Here you go with the canes. It doesn't work. They're fake, most of them, guys. I have to get a job, guys, to get out of this mess. It ain't a mess anymore, though. It's funny, it's a joke. You see, in life, anything you're subjected to, you gotta fight and fight and fight and fight. Then it gets to a point and you realize it's the easiest thing to beat. What seemed to be impossible, what seemed to be very difficult, becomes the easiest. Every single thing in life is like that. As bad as it looks, as tough as it looks, at the time you're going through it, as impossible as it seems, believe me when I tell you, just keep pushing. I don't know, fabricate fake hope, do whatever it takes, just keep pushing. And then one day you'll wake up and look around and say, this was the thing that would put me down? It's a joke. You'll actually feel insulted. Your self-esteem will actually be affected. You'll be like, I'm embarrassed to admit that this thing got to me. You will say that to yourself. It's embarrassing. That being surrounded by people with, you know, just dirty looks the whole time affected me that way. It's fake. It's hilarious. I've been laughing at them all day long. That's why they don't put people in front of me anymore. Look, there's nobody. I was on the bus, I was laughing in their face. Not pretending to laugh, I was really laughing in their face. Look, do you see people around me? You don't. Because it's pathetic. It doesn't work. Even the cars don't work now. Because it comes down to people. We're human beings, we're not cars. We want to deal with human beings. If those dealings are good, nothing else bothers us. We're social creatures. We're not meant to be isolated and spend the whole day alone. So, if there's no problems between us as human beings, then the cars, the machines, all these things don't affect us. Look at them. They turn their head. Look how miserable they look. Look. All of them. Every single one you're going to see surround me. Look how miserable they are. Then the cars don't affect you anymore. The planes, none of that. It's a joke. Because it comes down to people. This is the first time I walk around, I don't see people facing me and walking towards me. Here we go, we start. But it doesn't bother me anymore because I know, look how miserable they are. Look at their face. They're like, fuck. They got that shit look. They're pissed because they couldn't get the job done. They couldn't make me miserable. Just remember those words that I'm telling you right now in the video, and when I don't talk, I'm around people, look at their faces. That's the exact look that they have on their face. Gotta remember my phone's tapped, so they try to send a message, tell them to act in a different way, but you won't, you'll see that. They can't help it. Look at most of them. You're gonna see that. Look. Look in the bus, look. Look at most of them, look how miserable they are. Look how low and dim the energy is. The quietness all of a sudden. Even the construction workers, because they're all in on it. Look at their faces. Look at that low energy. You see the movement? Because it doesn't work anymore, the scam. Watch. How pissed they are. Excuse me, do you know if this bus takes long? The time?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Thanks. I've beaten it, guys. I've beaten it. I'm out. This stupid thing that bothered me for such a long time. I can't believe I let this get to me. Look how pissed off they are. Look at their face. They can't hide it. They're trying to hide that they're mad, that they're disappointed. Look at their faces. Look at their faces. Look how sad they are. How miserable they look. All of them. Look at this guy. See how they're all down? You can feel their energy. They're not moving around a lot. They're just still. Look at them. Look at this one inside the bus. She's dying. She put her glasses on, so I don't see her eyes, that she's fuming. Because it's not working anymore. I figured it out. Look at these two. Don't you notice the slow energy around me? Less movement from what I usually film? Even the way they're walking, look, with less energy. So that was their goal, is to make me miserable. Once they stopped achieving their goal, I figured out the trick and I became happy. Look how everything changed. Look inside the bus. Look how subtle they are and still. Remember when it used to surround me before? Everything's moving, lively and happy and bubbly and fake. Look how miserable this one is. Look at their faces inside the bus. Look. Because it ain't working no more. So this is what it's about, guys. So if you look at their faces, you could see the misery and the disappointment. It's not working anymore. It's done. Look at the way they're walking, the slow energy. You can feel it in their walk. They barely want to walk. Have you ever seen that around me from construction workers? They're trying to hide it with a fake smile, but you could see the energy on the body when they're walking. Look at these ones. They're barely moving. They don't even have the energy to move anymore. Look how they're subtle. They're not moving. They failed. See how empty it is? Look, how come there's no more people around me? We nailed them, guys. We won. We won. Look how miserable they are. Look. Look how the energy is low in them. It's amazing. I love it. How come there's no more liveliness? Because everyone's screaming. Look how dim the energy is. How miserable they are. It's amazing. With me this quiet before. It's amazing. Amazing, amazing. I don't even feel like recording until I get inside a bus or something, because there's no point. I'm not gonna record anymore. I'll record in a bit, guys, okay? So we don't watch useless video footage.